Hey all, here OS Reviews. You're watching our first impressions and initial setup of the TicWatch S2. This is the second generation of TicWatch's more affordable series of WearOS powered watches, with the original S and E launching this time last year. So just like before, the prices are still going to be extremely low cost. You can think of this as a cheaper alternative to the more premium TicWatch Pro that we reviewed a few months back. For example, instead of the leather and the aluminum that they are using for the materials of the TicWatch Pro, which feels a lot heavier, this one is made entirely out of polycarbonate plastic. It's a lot lighter. However, the internal specifications, all the features are exactly the same. So in case you're curious, both of these smartwatches, the S2 and the E2, were announced at CES 2019 a few weeks back, and they have exactly the same features. So the only difference is military specified. So the E2 here can withstand extreme temperature conditions. That includes if you are hiking, if you're skydiving or surfing, this will hold up a little bit better. So it has extra durability in terms of the construction, which is why it sells for $20 more, but it's still a lot more affordable than the $250 that the TicWatch Pro is being offered at. Other quick things to point out, it still is running on WearOS 2.0, has the same interface, and it's still using the Snapdragon 2100 processor. It's quad-core, loosely based on the Snapdragon 400's architecture. So sadly, it's not been upgraded to Snapdragon 3100, which is the latest chip in 2019, but again, the price point here is still very low cost. It has 2 days of battery life. Now, the biggest selling point of these new TicWatches is they've improved the software. There's something called TicMotion 1.0, and we should be seeing an update soon around this time next month, and they have a suite of new AI-powered features, which can detect if you've fallen down and perhaps contact a hospital or the emergency, which is, again, a pretty cool and very useful feature, actually. It also features the AI algorithms that can automatically detect what type of activity that you're starting by itself. So you no longer have to precisely tap on the exact sport before you start training. It claims that it has automated activity recognition now, which is pretty cool, and it will soon have additional features which are coming. The swim monitoring and analysis function has also improved, so it can tell you more metrics now, such as lap time, speed, and you are able to differentiate between different types of swimming strokes. We see the Midnight Black version here has some slight texturing on the polycarbonate plastic, which reminds me of a carbon fiber finish. In terms of size, though, you can tell that it really is the same. So thickness is about the same. And on the back here, we have the optical heart rate sensor, and there's a film that we can just peel off here. So again, the back is made out of plastic compared to aluminum on the original TicWatch Pro. We have the contact points for the wireless charging base, so it just pops on like that using magnets, and we have just a TicWatch logo on the back, simply using USB here. On the side, you see a textured key which acts as a physical power on and power off button. You can also tap on it once to turn the display on if you don't want to rely on the accelerometer for the flick to wake motion. And that's pretty much it. The microphone and speaker are all integrated inside. All right, so this is the initial boot up screen. Again, very simple. It's just Android Wear 2.0. We can select a language here, and first impressions is the touchscreen is pretty sensitive. It's protected by Corning Gorilla Glass, and otherwise it offers great viewing angles and great contrast because, of course, it's an AMOLED OLED panel. So here's the app, WearOS. If you have any other Android Wear smartwatch, you should be very familiar with it. And right now it's still connected to the TicWatch Pro here, but we can also tap to add a new watch. So let's tap on that. And I will agree, and then it will just search using Bluetooth. It's already found it, the TicWatch S2, and it will now connect and try to sync up the time as well as my account information over to the watch. And we are now done. So we are all set. Let's tap on that. And we now have the TicWatch S2 connected. Again, this is the consolidated app from Google that works with all Android Wear powered watches, so it's not custom to Mobvoi and the TicWatch series. You can download another companion app from Mobvoi to access more of those smart health tracking features, and we'll go over that in more depth during the review. But for now, you can see this app is just very simple. I can change the watch face and download more. And then down below here, we can also change what types of notifications will pass through from the phone over to the watch, as well as the Google Assistant settings. So welcome to WearOS, and we can just tap on Learn More. And right now it's just going through the simple tutorial, which we already saw. Swipe in each direction to access the various menus. So swiping over to the edge here gives us the Mobvoi interface of taking a look at our steps and health for the day. Swiping over from the top down shows us quick controls such as turning on Wi-Fi, adjusting the screen brightness. There is an ambient light sensor, by the way, so if you cover up the face of the watch, or if you just put it into your sleeve of your hand, it will automatically go to sleep and lock the screen. And you can see that there is an always on mode set on by default, which just shows the hour and the minute hand, so you can get a quick look at the time without really waking the screen too much. And since it's an AMOLED panel, it consumes less battery this way. Anyways, you can also change things like battery, power saving mode, things like that. Swiping upwards, we have access to the notification shade, so I can take a look at my notifications and email, and I can swipe to get rid of specific notices, or tap to expand and read more content. Swipe over here to have access to the Google Assistant, as well as a quick feed of things that are coming up for me. And then it looks like to press the button, we can access additional apps on the watch. So I can tap on this and we have just a full list of all the apps which are installed onto the built-in memory, which there's 4 gigs, by the way, and also has 512 megabytes of RAM. So the same amount as on the TicWatch Pro. Tap on it again to go back, and then I can long hold to change the watch face. So all pretty standard stuff. You can find more again through the companion app, and I can change the design ever so slightly here if I want. Obviously it is pretty smooth and responsive because it's still brand new. We just took it out of the box. So I'll be doing more testing with it over the next few days and come out with a more complete review soon. But that's everything for now. That's been our hands-on and just first impressions and setup look at the TicWatch S2.